Today is December 12th, 7:16 PM. And we are gonna open our meeting. We're gonna start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Stand up.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Just in case we get a little place.
Okay, so what do we got first?
Meeting workshop to discuss special permit 302 for Sanic Properties.
Meeting workshop. You guys, is that here? Is that one of you? No?
No.
So it's
No.
just us?
Just us.
Okay. Okay. So it's open.
Yeah, well, we gave him the conditional permit for 3 months, on the condition that he just meet all of the bylaws.
And the only thing we have to put on the approval is the thing about the West Warren Water District.
Right, the letter,
Yeah.
basically, yeah. Okay. That we can do.
Because everything about the noise and hours of operation, it's there.
That's got nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
That was
all
just
the
for
points that were brought up.
building a
No-
house.
nothing to
It
do
has
with our
nothing to do
decision.
with the earth removal.
Yep, as we understand, the planning board's duty is to plan for the use of land. We can't police or
Right.
Yeah.
go after, certain things.
Did-
We have the ability to say what.
Did you have a chance to work on this one, the Sanic one,
So-
before you left?
November 7th was the meeting, and I was out the 16th, so I remember I told you,
Okay,
so,
okay.
and
So where's our timeline on this one? Are we,
We gave them,
the date we closed was, yeah, I have my computer.
November 7th.
7th.
That was, yeah, so we have 90 days from
Right.
November 7th. And then after, to vote, and then we have 14 days after that, so we're
Okay.
definitely in, before I went out, I made sure we had good timing.
Okay.
so we don't want to vote just yet then, if we don't have the.
No, because you don't have any write-up or any conditions
Yeah.
yet or anything, right?
Well, the only condition is the Warren,
But
West
if we
Warren
like
Water
come to the
District.
meeting and have everything ready,
Yeah.
I can have more
Yeah.
written up, put it together so that you can sign it, and then we
Yeah.
have 14
Yeah.
days to mail it out.
To get it out, yeah, okay.
All right. So, I mean, 90 days from November 7th. And we gave him the 90-day conditional approval, so all right,
Mhm.
we're fine.
All right, so we can
Now,
vote at our
Sanic
next meeting?
Properties.
Yeah, and have just
Why are they
everything ready
familiar?
for that. And
Okay,
that's-
so
I
let's-
believe November 9th, I mean, January 9th.
Yeah.
Is that the guy that owns
26th.
the land up on Reed Street?
No, Samick is the, he took over Feegels,
I have it here,
Yes.
if you want to look at it.
but that's Brimfield.
No, but he owned property up on Reed Street before, right?
as well.
Where they own it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
This same Samick and then 19.
Yeah,
There was another one. Wrong person to pick up, never mind.
okay. So we can have this, the decision ready for the next meeting in January,
Fine.
and then we can vote and sign.
Sounds good? Okay, cool.
Moving on.
Yep.
meeting workshop to discuss special permit 303 for Philip R. Lancott. Which one is that one?
It was the same day.
We're supposed to do the decision and vote today.
I thought this was the same day. What's that one?
It's a possible vote.
Yes, because we talked about doing both.
Okay, did he bring, does he have all the documents, the plans for the?
Yeah, at the last meeting, because
Okay,
we
so
didn't
that
have the
was-
quorum.
Oh, he did the, okay. So if he's got everything in, then we can,
Same thing, the draft has to be put, with the,
yeah.
we closed it the same day, both
Yeah,
Right.
November 7th, so we have the same timeline for both.
I don't think there were any conditions, right?
Nope.
No, this was straightforward.
Yeah. Okay, so just, we can work on the decision and then deal with it on the 9th, right?
Didn't decide that the decision was going to be done today.
No, it's,
Did we? Just before the hearing.
Yep.
Any discussion anymore about it?
I don't think so.
No, that one was simple, we just waiting for the documents, right?
Yeah, we just need
The
to.
rest
come
of
up
the
with a
packet?
document.
Well, you're talking about the documents from them, and you're talking about
Oh, we
from us
did-
to them.
We
Yeah,
have
we
all-
did get, we have
We have
everything we
everything
need
from
from
them.
Lancot, right?
Yep.
Lancot. Lancot.
I have the minutes here, so,
Because we have 14 days from the date of the decision, right?
yeah, on October 24th, you asked him to bring all the documents for November 7th. Yep, and on the 7th, he stated nothing has changed with the gravel pit, he's still in stage 1. And you closed it,
Yeah,
like the other one, so they have the 90 days just like Sanic.
okay.
Okay. So moving to number 5. Ed, could you read please? Number 5?
Number 5, sure. Public hearing on special permit number 304 for James P. Fountain under section 8 of the Town of Warren zoning bylaws. The applicant is seeking a special permit to remove earth material from the property located at Brimfield Road, Warren. The parcel is also known as Assessors Map 30, Lot 02, which is in the rural district. A copy of the application may be inspected in the office of the planning board or town clerk's office during normal business.
Mr. Fontaine?
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Danny Berthume. I'm here with James Fountain, and his son Michael Fountain is also with us. Would you like to hear from us to start?
Yes, please.
So, I'll present a brief synopsis of why we're here, then Mr. Fountain will give a little bit of background about this property and about the existing permits. and then I'll summarize and hopefully answer any questions that the board may have. I think that what's first and foremost most important here is that we're not seeking necessarily a new permit for this property under the earth removal bylaw. This is an existing gravel operation. Planning board, I think, first granted an earth removal permit for this property back in 2004. That was amended in 2010. Originally special permit number 205, I think, back in 2004 when it was first granted, and then amended in 2010. The gravel removal operation has been ongoing since 2004, and we are here before the board tonight. I understand at the board's request to come and seek a renewal of the permit. We don't expect that there's going to be any significant change to the operation beyond that which was previously permitted by the planning board, other than the ongoing and continued removal of gravel from the site. I understand that in furtherance of the application, Mr. Fountain has produced plans and provided plans to the board identifying the sort of existing operation and his plans for the continued removal. So we would expect that based upon the fact that this has been a recognized use of the property in the past and has been permitted by the board in the past, we likely satisfy the conditions for the issuance of a special permit, and that's the reason that we're here tonight. We're seeking a renewal of that existing permit. So Mr. Fountain can talk a little bit just about the historical use, the amount of material coming out and so on, and what he anticipates over the coming years. And then we'll answer any questions that the board may have.
Yeah, since we opened the pit, we were working over towards the garage, but I submitted the same plans we submitted back in 2004 for that particular area because we kind of were over on one. I brought you the active area that we've been working off of, which is less than 7 acres, and we've redone some of the, kind of put the loam back and seeded it and everything else to the area that we've closed off. We haven't, to the best of my knowledge, had any complaints at all about either one of the pits. We continue to operate it as we need it. We use the one in, I know I'm kind of jumping ahead, but we use the walking closure pit not as often as the one on Route 19, but we do use the one on the walking closure also. So, I don't know, everything, as far as I know, nothing's changed. I'd like the same amendment done also with the asphalt grindings that we've had in the past. That was part of our permit. And that has special hours on that also and special conditions on it. So we want to make sure that that's in there. Use the same type of equipment that we're currently using. So nothing on our end has changed, just, business as usual, so.
Do you have a copy of the original decision?
I do.
Yep.
If you-
On the amendment you're talking about?
I have a copy of both.
With the special conditions and stuff, just so we can see what
I
was.
do. Just make sure I give you the correct copies.
Do we have those copies, Jill? Were you able to read?
I'm sure we have them in our office.
Yeah, we're not asking for more, we're just asking to stay with what we have.
Rich, can you just read them out loud?
Yeah, so,
So we don't all have to look over your shoulder?
yeah, I'm just trying to get my bearings here.
That is some small print.
Okay, so there's special conditions that, additional conditions. Under section 8.6.11, the storage of road grindings may be allowed. All grindings must be contained within the proposed containment area as depicted in the plan submitted. Do you have plans? Can we see plans?
You have plans.
They're right there, I just
Those are all
couldn't
submitted in
stand
my
to
application.
open them up.
Oh, okay.
Everything was in
The
there.
original application, right?
Yeah,
The one that the one I submitted for this.
All removal of road grinding shall take place during normal working hours as stipulated in the town of Warren zoning bylaws. Minimum 12-inch compacted and rolled impervious surface shall be constructed as a containment pad for the storage of grindings. An earthen berm shall be constructed a minimum of 12 inches high by 24 inches wide around the pad. Containment pad shall be constructed in a manner that any material shall be sloped toward a new settling pond, which will be constructed directly adjacent to the lowest point of the containment pad. An as-built plan detailing the containment plan and berm shall be provided to the board. Once an as-built is provided, an inspection of the property will be performed by both the planning board and inspector of buildings. The as-built shall be stamped by a registered surveyor. A maximum of 20,000 cubic yards shall be allowed within the containment area. Stockpile of grinding shall not exceed the district's maximum zoning height regulations of 35 feet. Settling pond shall be maintained biannually, spring and fall. Maintenance will include removal of any plant life material and will be free of any vegetation and other debris. Written notification shall be provided to the board. Written notification to the board and two direct abutters located at 135 and 163 Brimfield Road 10 days prior to commencement of work. The road grindings only will be required. Copy of state contract showing origins of grindings. A maximum of 20 calendar days per year will be allowed for extended hours of operation. So do you have this pond on the property?
No, actually the pond has to be built out of the grindings. As we start working, if we do the grindings, we have to build it out of grindings.
But you didn't do it back then?
We did.
Oh, but then it goes
But then
away.
it takes away, when you take away all the millings, the grindings, the
Oh, okay.
pond goes with it. It's just, it's a pond built on top of the ground, it's just in case, nothing's gonna leach out of it, but we're concerned that something might leach out of it. So as we build it every night, we build a dike around it, which is considered the pond, so then at the end of the day, we close it, so that dike is all contained. We're there during the day, so, but we haven't done that now in a couple of years.
Oh, you haven't, okay.
Yeah. But we wanna continue just in case we ever need it. It's usually follow paving if they're going turnpike, they wanna be able to have a close place to stockpile. One other thing I didn't mention is, I know you guys got this year's bonds, but I've also been current on my bonds every single year on both pits. Those are always, I make sure those are always current. And that road grinding in both is for both pits also, and permit for both of them, so.
Right, what I provided was both the original special permit and the amendment to it.
This is Joaquin Cotto.
Oh, Brimfield, yeah.
Again, that's not something we do all the time. I mean, we probably, in that whole time, we've done it twice, I think it is. And it's only and then a part of our conditions are we have to notify the board when we're gonna be doing it. And out of courtesy, we notify the neighbors also.
So it's just storage of the grindings?
What happens is the turnpike, if they're milling at night, like I say, Palmer Paving is the one that's always done it. They're looking for a close by place to quickly stockpile, get as much off the pike as possible. And then during the day, after they're done, then they start hauling it back to Palmer at their leisure. And instead of
Oh,
having,
I see.
but I mean, otherwise, I mean, we have probably 7 to 15 trucks hauling at night. But during the day, they may put 1, 2, or 100, but it's not on the pike at that point, it's off the pike. So
Right.
they're looking for a place to store it, and we've let them use it twice now to do that.
So just temporary,
It's very temporary, yeah.
yeah, okay.
And that's, when Palmer Paving used to own it themselves, that's when we always had a good relationship and they asked us. The new owners, I don't know if they'd ask us or not, so, but I want the permit in place, as I said, we've never had an issue with it.
Yeah.
So I'd like to continue it, so.
But I think that's sort of secondary use to the the overall earth removal that
Right,
we're here for
right,
tonight.
right,
I
yeah.
think we're looking to sort of just
Yeah,
renew the permits that are existing in place at this point.
Right. So you got you have a property boundary with the water district too?
we do? Yep. Mhm.
Okay.
And my recollection is that if and I think it says it in the decision, the amendment of the permit 205, the water district did come and speak both in favor of and in opposition to the permit at that point, that their concerns were met at the time. I think that had a lot to do with the pond that you mentioned and building the berm to be, or designed to address their concerns about potential leaching.
Okay. They would have been on the abutters list, right? You contacted abutters
Oh, yeah.
for
Oh,
this
yeah.
hearing?
You would, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if they're not here, then
Yeah,
Right.
well, I think.
as long as you keep doing what you're
Every
doing.
case speaks for itself, I mean, in our our history, I mean, we didn't have an issue, you know, so.
Right.
um,
Well, look at this one.
So it's the duty of the client to contact the abutters, not our duty, the planning board?
I don't know.
About a permit,
Contact
Special permit?
abutters.
about,
Whose job is that?
for the special permit, it
Mhm.
gets mailed out to them.
I think you're talking about it at the activity, if we're gonna do it, is that what you're saying?
No, I don't know, what's,
No, we were just talking about, you asked a question about did the water department
yeah,
know about
were
it?
they notified?
And he
Yeah.
said yes, so.
You guys, you guys did.
All the butters and departments get notified. They will get a copy of the application. Yes.
So that should be on the computer somewhere, right?
The special permit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually it might not be on the computer, but we have a paper file.
That's
Right.
the second one.
We're gonna basically take that,
Yeah,
just
you can
update
scan it in.
Okay.
So,
Go
I've
ahead.
never heard of any concerns or any issues
Yeah.
with Mr. Fountain's properties. He's always been respectful, done what we've asked. No issues. Anytime we were going out there for inspection, you were more than courteous and welcoming to us. It was nice going for the walks with you up there.
Yeah.
That one hill was a killer.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice to get out and see them though, and
Yeah.
see what's going on and what you guys are doing. More out of curiosity sometimes.
Yeah.
But, thank you very much for always being respectful and,
No problem.
Welcome.
If you guys ever wanna come out, I don't mind, I have nothing to hide, so.
and
We know that. yeah.
we know you don't.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever received any complaints about you at all. You've always been upstanding.
Thank you.
Second that?
I think on the on the permit side, did we reach the maximum? Is it a renewal, or is it have
It's
to be a new
permit.
one?
I mean,
Yeah,
It's the same gravel pit, new permit.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
same gravel pit, but new permit.
Right.
It just starts.
So it's not technically a renewal,
See, I
It's-
wasn't sure exactly what you were doing, I guess, I just assumed that
What,
you were forming a new rule.
we ran out of the extensions,
Yeah, nobody knew to renew,
Okay.
to ask for renewal, so they all expired basically, so it's just a new.
So it'll be 2023 by the time we do this, right?
Yeah.
So you'll have 5 years, and then you can get 3 renewals of 3 years each. That's what's in the bylaw. The thing is, nobody was enforcing this. So it got to the point where everybody their permits were done.
yeah, when we started taking a look at it, we're like, wait a second,
Yeah.
you had a permit from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
some were done
Yeah.
years and years
Yeah.
ago, so.
Even with the
Yeah.
extensions, you're still out of compliance.
Yeah.
So, we're just making sure the rules are being followed and the compliance is being done on it.
Yeah.
So right now, all of them are pretty much new permits. Yes, it's an existing property, but it's a new permit, like Mr. Iacocca said.
So what will be the next step?
Well, we got all the paperwork, right?
Yep.
We have,
We could,
we have the bond. So we have everything. You know, I think all we gotta do is continue it to another meeting for us to review, or we can vote,
Close
vote
it.
to
We can
close it
close it.
and do the,
It's the decision, and then we
decision.
review it and vote, and
Yeah.
the next meeting, or whatever, yeah.
Can we do that by the next meeting, you think?
I mean,
Have the document?
it's,
If it helps, I think that I have.
We have 90 days.
Yeah.
I
But
think
we're
that I have
doing
all
the other
text
two
in
for
a-
them,
in a
I,
Word
uh,
document, if that helps.
yeah.
I'm one
No, we do
person.
too. Just
Yep.
give it-
Was that?
I said, if it
Yeah,
helps, I
no.
think that I have all the text in a Word document already.
What's that?
I
Yeah.
have all of the text as a Word document.
That'd be
If you
great.
like, I can
Yeah.
send
Yeah,
it.
if you can send
Cause
that.
I know we have, because there's 2, we do have a paper copy, there may be one in the computer, but
I- yeah,
that would
I-
be
I have it, I
helpful.
think, from the last
And then I
time
can
around, so
compare it, yep.
I'm happy to send
that'd
out.
be great, thank you.
You could just copy last one.
Oh, yeah, I mean.
And
So that would be quick.
It's that simple.
to discuss the grindings, I have no problem with the grindings.
No.
No.
Yeah, if they're just temporary.
Yeah, he's been
Overnight.
contained, he's,
Yeah, it's just overnight, basically.
they gotta go somewhere,
Well, it's
and I'd
not-
rather have them being handled safe and responsibly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not just, it could take, I think the last time they hauled it all in like 5 or 6 days, something like that, they do
Okay,
anything.
but-
And then it probably takes them another couple of weeks to haul it back out. So,
okay. All right.
yeah.
Okay. Close it?
It's not like it's a new site either, so.
No,
Yeah.
no. Are you just acting on the Brimfield Road, or going to Walking Coast? I'll think
Yeah,
so.
just
You have-
Brimfield.
Okay.
Yeah.
We gotta handle them one at a
Separate,
time.
okay.
All right,
So do we have a motion to close it?
we'll do a motion to close the hearing for special permit number 304 for James P. Fountain, for Brimfield Road.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Drew King, aye.
Ed Longigan, aye?
David Dufresne, aye?
Rich Ihacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye. Motion passes.
Okay.
Okay, so we have to come up with the conditions, the document, and then vote on it.
Right.
Yep.
Next meeting.
The 90 days.
So do you wanna do, let's,
We don't, you come up with the conditions and then, I don't think you don't have to pick the actual date right now.
okay,
We have 90 days
all right,
to get it written.
yeah,
And as soon as when the decision is made, then it's mailed out. Mailed out to you, so you'll get it by mail. You can always call and ask too, if it's been made.
So all these, as far as the decision, they should all be the same for all these permits.
Similar with
With some additions to, for certain ones, something like an amendment for the,
Right,
you know, the grindings.
yeah, Jill was working on like a template.
right,
Yeah.
that's what it would be, okay.
Well, his should be the easiest, cause it's just basically just copying the last one.
No.
No?
It's,
That's why they give
it's
us
taking
90
some of
days.
those in there, yeah.
Yeah.
But once you have the template completed, and now that you're back.
And I
Yeah,
also work
and
in the
then
building
you-
department,
Right,
and planning, so
right,
I'm,
but-
and people interrupt me all day long, but yes,
Okay,
so.
once we get that.
But it shouldn't be, once we get it rolling, and
Okay.
it shouldn't be hard, and it should be easy to
Put it together,
put the conditions in on
got it.
the ones that we need conditions, and the ones that stay the same,
Okay.
couple dates changed, and, yep. Should be simpler than a new, starting over.
Okay.
And 6.
Number 6, Ed, please.
To continue the public hearing on special permit number 305 for James P. Fountain under section 8 of the Town of Warren zoning bylaws. The applicant is seeking a special permit to remove earth material from the property located at 275 Bridgefield Road, Warren. This parcel is also known as map 30, lot 02, which is in the rural district.
Okay, this seems like a repeat
I was
of,
just say,
how is this posted?
What's the same?
it's the same address, same map
Same
and lot.
It's the same, it's 275 Brimfield
It should be
Road.
posted if the agenda might not.
275 Brimfield Road?
Yeah, that's not right.
I don't know what that is.
Continue public hearing.
And we're not continuing it either way.
We only have one permit on Brimfield Road.
Yeah.
We're just trying to figure out what happened here.
Oh, okay.
Not you, not your
Oh,
fault.
no,
No,
it's-
you didn't do anything wrong.
Basically, we have the same thing with two different permit numbers.
Yeah, somehow the second part of the second one was missing from the
Oh,
first
this
one.
is good.
Yeah, it's posted properly, I think the agenda was wrong.
All right. So let me read this. Number 6, public hearing on special permit number 305 for Fountain and Sons Construction Company, Inc. under section 8 of the Town of Warren zoning bylaws. The applicant is seeking a special permit to remove earth material from the property located at Walkeen Kojal Road, Warren. The parcel is also known as Assessor's Map 11, Lot 42, which is in the rural district. Copy of the application may be inspected in the office of the planning board or town clerk's office during normal business hours.
Okay, so we just
So
have
as long as it was
some
posted
corrected-
correctly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oops.
yeah. Okay.
So this one's the same deal then?
From our perspective, it is the same deal. Unfortunately, looking through my paperwork, I don't have the original special permit with me. I think I left it on my printer. But I can certainly get a copy to the board tomorrow. It's the same circumstances generally, that we have an existing permit that likely lapsed pursuant to the rules as you discussed. That permit was also amended in 2010 in order to allow for grindings to be stored at that site as well. We would be seeking new permits to allow essentially the same thing to occur at both sites.
You don't store grindings there, do you?
Both of them.
Really?
We have the option. We haven't done that one.
I
but
thought
we
you
have-
only did Brimfield.
We do, but we have a special permit to do that one also if we have to or do, so. Yeah, we have them both.
And you notified all the abutters about the hearing?
You guys did.
We do.
Okay, but they were notified, just to make sure. Okay.
We have great neighbors.
Yeah. And so it was a similar set of special conditions?
Same exact thing.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Yeah, if you can email that one too, if you have the text on that one,
I can do that with both, sure.
Okay.
if it's the same thing. And we have these are the plans. So nothing's changed, right?
No, that pit, actually, like I said, we don't use it as often, so nothing really has changed as far as the phases go or anything like that, you know. But we keep it active, just if we're working in Brimfield, we kinda haul out of there. If we're working towards this side of town, we come out of Brimfield.
Right.
So,
Okay.
Now, remind me, is that the one behind your house?
side of it, yeah.
Yeah, I highly doubt you're gonna let anything happen to that property. It's right next to your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do we have a motion?
Well, are we ready to,
Well, we got all the documents. Do we have the bond?
yeah?
We have all that stuff. We have plans.
Yeah, so close it
Um,
and-
It's just an existing site. It's been there for 20 years, and,
Yeah, I mean, for me.
I've never heard any complaints about it. And
Yeah, for
I
me,
don't think
that-
his
that-
son's gonna complain about
that
it.
would be the- That would be the, you know, if we had a room full of people saying no to
Right.
something, that's
Yeah.
when raise a flag, but
Yeah.
We have no objections.
since we have a full house today.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll make a motion to close the
So-
public hearing.
This one's the same thing.
Yeah.
We have grindings that could be stored on the property, typically aren't,
Right.
and, right now, you're really not in use. You know, I think the last time we went there,
Yeah.
nothing was really going on anyways,
Mhm.
so.
Like I say, it's just good to have it. If something all of a sudden turns up that we need to move material there, we have it, you know, so.
Yeah.
I have nothing, we've never heard any complaints about that property either.
No.
Yeah.
So,
All
close
right.
it and we do it.
So I'll make a motion to close the public hearing on special permit number 305. Let me read it off of here. For Fountain and Sons Construction Company, Inc., under Section 8 of the Town of Warren zoning bylaws. This is for the property on Joaquin Coachel Road.
I'll
Do we have
second
a
it.
second? All in favor?
Drew King, aye?
Ed Longigan, aye?
David Dufresne, aye?
Richi Hacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And I have to say, you kids are lucky, I seen all those toys in that backyard.
Yeah, they need to hear that too.
Well, tell them we said so.
Yeah, yeah, they're right.
Oh, planning board?
So you'll notify us when the next hearing is? Do I have to come to the next hearing, or you just, I don't know how that,
We're gonna put together the decision, and then we're just gonna vote.
okay.
So,
It's,
You don't have to be
You
there,
can-
but
you can come
you're
and watch
welcome to
us.
come.
If you
Well,
want
no,
to.
I mean, if you need me for anything, I'll come, I mean, otherwise I won't,
No.
so.
I don't think so.
Well, because now it's at the point, once it's closed, you can't even
Yeah,
discuss
there's
it.
no more input.
But if you're interested, you can always come and
Yeah.
listen.
You're
You don't
always
have-
welcome here, because I
Yes.
see you here.
Yeah, I want that home.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
thank you, take care, guys, have a good night, have a good Christmas,
You too. Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
and thank you for everything you do for Christmas.
Thank you. We'll see you now.
All right, comments and concerns. I hate to see a planning board with no public. Well, it's a good thing with no concerns, right?
Right.
No
No, there's no concerns.
Anybody on Zoom?
Nobody on Zoom.
Okay.
Just
Did
us.
you let everybody in?
There's no.
Nobody wants to go in.
Nobody's
Okay.
knocking at the door.
Okay, there are Christmas
Christmas,
shopping.
they got everything.
Yeah.
Everybody's out
My
shopping.
image here, it's showing all the empty seats and of course, my cable guy behind the, how do you call this thing?
The chairs.
Oh, the owl?
The owl?
The owl,
Oh.
yeah. So it looks like nobody's there.
Okay.
We appreciate you being here,
Yeah.
honestly.
Anytime.
You know. It's
And I
so-
decided I'm gonna have T-shirts made one of these days, and, you know, put our names on them, but I'm gonna put Travis and then the cable guy.
I call it
Travis
the
the
cable guy
cable
with a
guy.
lot of love, believe me.
Okay.
But now it will be just Travis.
Nah, I enjoy the cable guy.
Okay.
On to
Gives me-
payroll,
gives me a
right?
giggle.
Yep. All right, I'll make a motion, we pay Jill in the amount of $319.50, $270, $270, $270, and $270.
Second,
All in favor?
Drew King, aye?
Ed Longigan, aye?
David Dufresne, aye?
Richi Hacker, aye.
Derek Bailey, aye.
You going crazy with copy and paste there?
3.5 weeks out, and many people phone calls, so yeah, not enough time, but.
I make a motion, we approve and sign Turley Publication invoice number 5997, public hearing special permit number 304, James P. Fountain, in the amount of $225.80 and invoice number 5996 for public hearing for special permit number 305 James Fountain in the amount of $219.10.
Do we have a second? All in favor?
Drew King, aye.
Ed Longigan, aye.
David Dufresne, aye?
Richi Hacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye.
I make a motion, we approve and sign the WB Mason invoice for office supplies in the amount of $20.04.
Do we have a second?
Drew King, aye.
Second.
Second.
Oh, you already seconded, didn't you second?
No, I
No.
say,
He
Oh,
asked.
do you have a
sorry.
second?
I seconded.
Good, all in favor?
Drew King, aye.
Ed Longigan, aye.
David Dufresne, aye?
Richi Hacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye.
I make a motion, we approve and sign Valley Communication Systems, Inc., invoice number 833 dated 11/22/22 for $88. The planning board to cover $88 and the building department to cover the remaining $88.
What was this for?
Yeah.
So the voicemail had 3 messages and nobody knew how to change it. There was no, because it's a very old system,
Okay.
and the woman tried figuring out, and the woman that worked there couldn't. I don't know that it's not why they charged it to us if it was, but they had to come the day I was leaving because no one knew how. I tried for a long time to fix it. She couldn't fix it, so she had to send a tech out.
Oh.
And I only just got the bill today, I didn't know that it wasn't even covered, but, yeah. And it was like, it took 2 hours with them there. It was quite a
Okay.
adventure.
Production.
But it's written down, so
So
now
our
we know how to do
voicemail's
it the
fixed
next
now.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll second Ed's motion.
All in favor?
Drew King, aye.
Ed Longigan, aye.
David Dufresne, aye?
Richi Hacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye.
I make a motion, we approve and sign the October 24, 2022 and November 7, 2022 minutes.
Second.
Drew and I weren't here.
That's correct.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
For
Well,
the-
October 24th, yes.
October 24th.
Can I do these separately?
Yeah, do them
Yeah,
separately.
I make a motion, we approve and sign the October 24th, 2022 minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Was I here?
Yes.
Yeah, you
For
were
the
here.
24th?
You had to, because we wouldn't.
You,
Yes.
you missed the 7th.
I missed the 7th?
Yes.
Okay.
You
All
were
right.
sick.
Who just seconded that, you or you?
I
I
can't.
did.
On the
She can't,
24th,
So,
okay, right, because you weren't, you were there this
So
time.
you were here?
Okay.
I was here, so it's the
Second.
three of us.
Okay. Yes, I
Say second.
seconded.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna say as amended, because you have present, Ms. Drew King,
I wasn't here.
and you have her absent.
On the 24th, okay.
24th.
So as amended.
Oh, yeah.
So just pull her name off there.
Hold up. 24.
As amended.
All right, was there a
Okay.
second?
I seconded it.
Did I say all in favor?
All in favor?
Sure, I can still do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
All
can
in
say
favor?
that. You just can't vote.
Okay, all
Ed
in favor?
Longigan, aye.
David Dufresne, aye.
Richi Hacker, aye.
Boom.
The motion passes unanimously.
Okay, I make a motion, we approve and sign the November 7th, 2022 minutes.
Second.
Wait, say that again?
Do we approve and sign the November 7th, 2022
We
minutes?
have to do them separately, because there are different people here.
Yeah, we only got a draft, right?
Today, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we ever get.
Yeah.
Okay, but I did ask for something, did you get that?
What time did you
Oh,
ask for?
correction?
Yeah,
Oh,
Was it after 4?
I don't know, I'm 24/7, you know, it doesn't matter what time.
I left at 4 today, so it was after 4, no, I didn't,
Well, I can check.
but I
I'm
don't know,
looking right
I have
now as
3.5
we
weeks of
speak.
email to go through too,
It
so,
was at,
and phone
come
calls,
on,
get yourself a
it
big
was at
coffee.
6:34 PM.
and I can't walk much, so,
So
I'm
yes.
getting there.
No, but that's
Today
the
was
one I
trying to
sent it
fix
to you, I sent one to her only with the comments.
Okay, yeah, Bacon Street, Stephen was not present.
Anyway, just that, because,
Yeah,
You
I
wanna-
mean, you could table it to the next.
You wanna
and I can-
table it?
Yeah,
Yes,
table
yeah,
it,
why
Just
not?
table it,
Yeah.
and then I can.
yes, because,
Okay.
you know, he emailed us. I mean,
Alright.
that proves that he wasn't here.
Call me Stephen.
All right,
So,
I called
So-
him Stephen? No, was
Said
late.
Stephen wasn't present.
so we do this,
I'll make a motion to table the minutes from November 7th, 2022.
Second,
All in favor?
I, Drew King.
Ed Longigan, aye.
Richi Hacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye. David wasn't here.
I wasn't here.
Stephen wasn't here either.
Stephen
Steven,
wasn't
you
here
wasn't
either.
here.
I didn't see any Steven
Thank God
that
he's
day.
not voting. Okay.
Other business. So besides appointing a delegate, or not?
Yeah, you have to appoint somebody.
Okay. Anybody wanna join the team?
Currently, it is,
Currently, it's
It's
Derek.
me. Currently, it's me.
I vote for Derek.
I vote for Derek.
I second that.
Who's the one appointed by the selectmen now?
We haven't appointed him
We
yet.
haven't, we,
Oh,
That would be Derek.
You're an alternate?
well,
the
Why, do you wanna
delegate
be
is a
the
member
alternate?
of the planning board and the alternate
No.
is a resident of the community.
We can vote on that on Thursday.
So it would be
I have enough to do.
the alternate would just be a resident of the community?
Yeah, the board of selectmen or town manager appoints the alternate, and the alternate must be a resident of your community. The delegate is appointed by the planning board, delegate must be a member of the planning board and a resident of Warren.
You meet all the conditions. Congratulations.
thank you very much. You don't know, but in June, they put this dinner with such a good food and everything. That's fine, I'll keep representing the planning board for Central Massachusetts Regional Planning Commission. And
So can I mention, under other business, there's a few bylaw things we should deal with?
Okay.
So I'm working on that.
Again,
Yeah.
we don't have this bylaw thing all squared
No,
away
we
yet?
don't.
We-
Bylaws are living documents that are in need of attention on a regular basis.
Yeah.
There you go. Drew's on top of it.
Like burping a baby, yeah.
Can we get a sneak peek?
Yeah, I'll put some stuff together. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
So
Small changes, just like little tweaks here and there.
So I did see on the news today that they just successfully tested
Fusion,
atomic fusion.
atomic fusion.
And they're looking at having it commercially available within 10 years,
Wow.
which would change the game for all.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I heard 30 years, but okay.
Well, the guy's being optimistic.
I know.
10 years.
They've been working on it since 1950. I'm not.
But they finally get it to
They
do it.
finally, Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but it was only enough to, wasn't even enough to power the actual lasers, right?
200 lasers. or
Yeah.
something.
As long as it charges my phone, I don't care.
It wouldn't be any good enough, but that's all right. Okay, right. What's happening with ZPT? Did M&O hear anything?
Nope, haven't heard anything.
Okay.
Yep.
What about the Borrego sidewalk? You guys did that, right?
What was the deal with that? We were gonna put them
On
on,
this, you were
Well, I
supposed
think
to
we're
do
gonna
it
talk
on
about them
the
next time.
Oh, okay.
And
all
what
right.
has
Okay.
GZS Copart was
I-
supposed to do something?
Yeah, so we took a look, well, we accepted GZA to do the peer review, then they
Yep.
did the peer review, had suggestions. I sent that to M&O,
Yep.
and I haven't heard anything. So I actually sent an email today
Okay.
to see what was going on. Cause I thought they were like hot to trot to get this going, but I don't know. Although they can't do any work
Can't do
right now
anything now,
anyway.
no, but still. They haven't exactly been moving ahead with this. I mean, for
Yeah,
all their interest in getting this done.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So hopefully I'll hear something maybe tomorrow.
Do we hear back from Copart, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's basically GCA recommended some modifications to their
Modifications, yeah.
monitoring plan.
Okay.
Going back to Borrego, I did share the pictures with everybody. Did you guys
Of the
have,
last
were able
sidewalk?
to see them?
No, I don't think
No,
you
you
did.
didn't.
I did.
No.
You did?
Yeah.
I
Okay,
didn't see
let's
him.
see.
Unless it was after 4.
Oh, I didn't forget it. Sorry. If it was after 4, we don't look at email before.
Yeah.
I'll just resend it. And if I didn't, I'm sorry, I'll send it.
Was it one of those where you shared a Dropbox?
Yeah, it's a shared, Google Drive.
I don't use Google.
Does the delegate?
You don't have to
does
use
there
it
need to be a motion
To
to
see the
it?
pictures
Okay.
and the videos.
I don't see it, Derek.
I don't know, I think.
I saw one for
he
November
is the
15th,
delegate,
Right,
he's
it's
gonna
just
continue.
reassigned,
I think
where you
drop
said
it
I'm
off.
good, going or not, just let us know. That was the last one I have about Borrego.
That's all I have to.
Okay, so yeah, it was, so did you go, cause you had to postpone it? Okay, you did.
Yeah, we did go,
Okay.
yep.
Yeah, it was a nice site visit. Very cool.
That's what it was for.
And we're not meeting until next year?
Next
No.
year,
Yeah.
Yeah.
see you next
Right.
year.
Yeah,
See you next
Okay,
year.
and I will not be here
What?
on.
Next year?
January, the second meeting in January.
Till the 20.
so the next one we have is the 9th, so you're talking the 23rd?
I will not be here on the 23rd.
Okay.
I will be here on the 9th.
Heading back to St. Martin,
Mm-hmm. Hopefully.
you go through Miami?
No. As long as we're in Boston, and off there.
So our two meetings are the 9th and the 23rd?
Yes.
And then I will not be going anywhere till
Oh,
So, yeah, I have
2024.
David, Drew, Ed, Joyce, Kathy. Oh, because she was there before. And Rich. So just copy the link again and send it. I'm just speaking to myself. That means that you all guys have access to it,
Okay.
even though it's the public folder I have in the planning board drive. So
I don't
anybody,
know how to do that. If you don't send it to me, I don't know how to do it.
I'll do it right now.
Thank you.
Drew, David, Rich, Ed, Joyce, and planning board. Planning board keeps coming as Kathy, so. Any reason?
I don't know,
Just what
maybe
it-
that's
that's what it comes
in your
out to.
address book or something?
Yeah, maybe when she left, they put a new email, so just in case anything went to her, it automatically would go to me, to her
Yeah.
old email.
Doesn't actually go to her though.
No.
No.
She doesn't have access.
Has some of Kathy's, as the assessor, gone to me? Someone puts Kathy in, but it happens, same with
Okay.
select board, and there's,
Yeah, it's hard.
it's hard.
Hey, look, I got an email from Derek.
Let me see.
So did I. A
Yep.
link.
There we are, bingo.
Okay. Oh, and now I
How do
see
you-
your
I,
So click on the link.
modification of
yeah,
the
I
minutes.
did, and this is comes up.
What do you?
I have some fun.
Didn't get some.
Okay.
Come up in the
Okay.
That worked.
Yeah, just because an email would state that we denied it, and we didn't say it.
Yeah.
They're expecting at least a letter.
Senior is on.
So let me-
No.
Okey dokey, do we have a motion? Last motion for tonight.
I motion to adjourn.
Second,
Second.
all in
Drew King-
favor?
Drew King and I.
Ed Longigan, aye.
David Dufresne, aye.
Rich Hacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye.
Beat Reach today.
What happens if I say no?